Hey, what's up you guys? It's Jaded, and I hope everyone had an awesome Thanksgiving. That is, if you guys have Thanksgiving or celebrate it the same day that Americans do. So for this episode, I wanted to get a little silly with it. I don't know, for some reason I've been thinking a lot about zombies. There's just tons of media lately, and especially in the past 4 years, we've been obsessed with it as, video games, movies, TV shows. For a while, I was getting burned out on zombies in general, but I don't know. It's kind of come full circle again, and I've realized just how badass a zombie apocalypse scenario is. At least, out of all the cataclysmic events or the apocalyptic events that could happen that inevitably ends us as a human race. Out of all of them, whether it's meteors or the land just gets flooded by water, nuclear war happens, whatever the case, I think a zombie apocalypse is kind of the more fun one to entertain that idea because it's the most far-fetched one, but it kind of creates like a cool scenario for the people left to survive on. And what brings this up is I was thinking about how I would do in that scenario. I think it's always interesting to put yourself in a sort of end of days scenario and think of how you would actually do, because I think a lot of us would be boned if it came down to a survival scenario, just because of how deep the whole system that we've created to surviving now is. It's so deep. There's so many layers deep now that it's hard to go back to hunting and gathering or building shelter or whatever, surviving in nature. And so that's why I think a lot of zombie movies and stuff, video games have been made, because that's kind of a interesting thing to think about. And I was thinking about it, like the people who are gonna go first, the people who are doomed, are people who have glasses. Think about that for a second. Whenever you're watching, The Walking Dead or any zombie movie, how many people have glasses? It's not very many. There might be like one dude, and he's in a safe environment. He's not the survivor. Take The Walking Dead for example. There's one guy with glasses and he's in that safe house area. But I wear glasses, and I was thinking about it, how many times have they been knocked off my face, or I didn't know where I put them when I went to sleep and I was scrambling to find them. Put yourself in that situation where you can't see anything because your glasses got knocked off. Maybe you're in fisticuffs with a zombie and they get knocked off. Glasses go flying pretty easily, unless you're wearing those really old school bands that go around the back and connect to the ear pieces, and those would keep them on your head. Those are pretty out of date. I don't even know if you could find those anymore, but we might need them come a zombie apocalypse. To give you guys a better understanding of how blind I actually am, you could take a picture and then basically just put 20 gauge and blur on that in Photoshop, and that's basically what I see. Of course, it depends on the resolution of the image and all that, and a lot of people now wear glasses or contacts. Contacts might even be worse if you don't have a pair of glasses, because how long are you going to keep those soaked in solution? Eventually you're going to be out of solution, and there's not going to be any eye doctors to go to. You're not going to go get glasses made for you again. And that's a thing that's kind of ridiculous to think about, but glasses don't last that long. You could wear glasses for 5 years tops, and then you got to go get a new prescription. But it's not even about the losing your vision that makes it so rough. It's more the fact that glasses just wear down, and they'll crack if you step on them. You're in a zombie apocalypse, you're boned if you're wearing glasses. That's all I'm saying. So we got 3 options, okay? You could preemptively, you can go get LASIK eye surgery, right? Thinking ahead. But that's upwards of $5 grand or something. Don't really have the money for that. Okay, option 2, what are we looking at? Option 2, you can get those little band things around the back of your head. But that doesn't really solve the issue. You can still break your glasses and then you're still screwed. Okay, but option 3, we could train Van Damme from, was it Kickboxer or was it Bloodsport? I don't remember. But you blindfold yourself, and then you train yourself to go without vision. You know, I don't. Was it Bloodsport? I think whichever one he got the like sand or powder thrown in his eyes. Convenient that he trained like this, of course. But anyways, I don't know if you guys have been watching The Walking Dead. For a while, it got a little weird. I wasn't really on board with it, but lately it's been really, really good. Like actually starting to care about the characters and stuff, and it's been coming together quite good. But there's one thing they kind of nail in that show, and that is having like a really hard time trusting other people. Because at the beginning of something, like whether it's like a zombie apocalypse or like some sort of harsh survival scenario, at the beginning, it's kind of new. It's like this traumatizing, frantic experience, and you're gonna trust everybody. You know, everyone's just trying to survive at that point. And then as you start to build up these groups, like in The Walking Dead, where you build up this group of people and you make a foothold, you know, you got good access to food, like whether it's a farm or close to some place that you can scrounge for stuff. It gets to a point where you start building up a group and then, you know, building up these relationships, and you're not gonna trust anyone. You know, you come in contact with someone else and it's like a life or death sort of scenario, and people can be like really snaky when it comes to survival and like trying to just stay alive. So yeah, like after a while, that's one thing that they nailed in the show, is you just stop trusting everybody, because there's gonna be a lot of backstabbing and all that. But not to make this like super negative or like, I don't know, depressing or something if this actually did happen. I saw a show recently where it was called Darren Brown's Apocalypse, I think. It's this 2-episode special that he did, 1 hour each, and I really enjoyed it, and I think you guys might too, where they put this guy in a apocalyptic scenario where meteors come crashing down, and you know, they act this all out. They got explosions and stuff, and it's looking real to this guy, and they get his family in on it and all that. And I'm not trying to spoil it or anything, but basically he's sort of this slacker kid. He has good intentions, but you know, he gets like all of us, where we just want to sit back and watch TV or Twitch or YouTube or whatever it may be, just slack off and do nothing, because that's just easier. And you know, he's like that. He goes to a job, he gets home and does nothing with his life, and so he gets put in this scenario where everybody's, you know, possibly dying around him, you know, end of world scenario. And of course there's zombies in this one too. They work it in pretty cleverly, but you know, this guy's believing everything, and by the end it kind of changes his perspective on his just mundane life that he leads. So anyways, I really enjoyed that. You guys might see it. It's called Darren Brown Apocalypse, if you can find that. Yeah, I'm curious, are you guys like fed up with zombies? Me personally, I think there's a lot of great stuff to come out of it. You know, Shaun of the Dead, Zombieland, The Walking Dead. While it was a little weird for a while, I think we can all agree on that. It's really come together. I really love that show now. You know, Left 4 Dead, Zombie U came out for the Wii U. Terrible name, but apparently that's pretty good. I haven't played it. I just watched people play it. But anyways, what do you guys think about zombies? Are you guys fed up with them? Let me know. But that's gonna do it for me. I will see you guys next Farmin' Friday, and I'll have the wizard budget build up pretty soon. I've been working hard on it, trying to figure out, you know, all the ins and outs of the wizard class. So expect that soon, and I will see you guys next time.